Michelle Obama remains one of the most popular figures in American culture. So we're counting down the days until my exclusive interview with the former First Lady, set to air this Thursday at 8 p.m. Can you tell I'm excited? She's out with a new book called The Look that gives us an inside look at her incredible style, revealing the deeper meaning behind some of her fashion choices, from the outfits she wore to the way she styled her hair. There is no better person to talk to about all this than April Ryan, White House correspondent and Washington bureau chief at Black Press USA and host of The Tea with April on Substack.
You got a lot of jobs.
April.
You have to have a lot of jobs in this climate.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
50-11 jobs. So I'm going to read. I want to read one thing from the book that among many that jumped out at me. And she writes, if everything about me as First Lady was going to be analyzed down to the thread, we were going to leverage that to steer the conversation right back to the issues that mattered. If you want to talk about my gown, let's talk about the BIPOC designer who made it. And she goes on to say, you covered all 8 years of the Obama administration. You covered him and her.
Beginning to the end, from the beginning to the end. And remember the inauguration. Now, I'm not even talking about Grant Park. When he won, we found out that Barack Obama will be the 44th president of the United States. And that dress that she wore.
Narcissa
and the kitten heels. Kitten heels. Remember, she's known for kitten heels, belts, and sleeveless dresses in winter. That was painful. But she started that trend. But that night, I'll never forget the inauguration. Everyone was wondering, who was she going to wear? What would she look like? Jason Wu. Jason Wu. 2 inaugurations. She brought out a new up-and-coming designer. And, you know, because of that and her reach to average everyday designers and everyday stores to unknowns and to some of the most famous, you had fashion houses calling the White House, trying to figure out how to get in. And this woman is a style icon. She's an orator who has surpassed her husband. Mr. President, please.
I was going to say.
Don't get mad at me for that. I know. He'll say, April?
Just like that.
Yeah, he'll say, April. But no, Michelle Obama has created her own walk, her own iconic moment. And here's the thing with Michelle Obama. When I think of her, I keep hearing Jackie Kennedy in my head. And the reason why I say that, Jackie Kennedy was a young woman when she came to the White House. She was a young of childbearing age, and she created her own style. People remember her of that time, the wise time, people who were wise in years, the pillbox hats. Michelle Obama, again, created style, whether she wore a sweatsuit and a baseball cap, or whether she wore a gown, or whether she went out to the DNC with that long ponytail, and that beautiful suit and those kitten heels.
One of the things that's the difference between her and Jackie O is the racism that she faced and knew that she was going to face going into this, right? I want to show these stills of her in 2022 at the White House portrait unveiling, because I was there and I saw the braids and I immediately was like, oh, and I tweeted about it. We had some other people that were in the room that were like, Eugene, what would you call that hairstyle? Braid.
That makes me so angry.
Braid. I know, it's very upsetting. But she talks about this in the book, about knowing that the braids would not be accepted by a lot of folks in this country, that doing her hair the way that it comes out of her head sometimes when she wants to it would not be taken in the same way that a lot of people in this country would take. And I'm curious, as we're all these years out, as she has this book, what do you think it's saying to Black women about accepting themselves when the former First Lady, the most popular person in politics, is saying, I'm gonna wear whatever I want, how I want to wear it?
So let me say this, Michelle Obama is brilliant. She read the room and she read the space, this town, while she was First Lady. But when she left the White House, she said, I'm going to be me. I've given my time and my service. Now I'm going to be me. And think about this, Eugene. You know, you've covered presidents, you've covered a White House. I've been there since Bill Clinton, the second term, still there now. But let me tell you something. During Bill Clinton years, I wanted to wear braids. But people thought, because I asked questions about race, about being the Blackness in America, a community that still has the highest numbers of negatives in almost every category. If I wore braids, they thought that I was radical.
Yeah.
And that's something that this First Lady had to think about. She came in as an icon, and she had to make America feel comfortable.
Right.
To make America feel like she was the symbol. And she could not go into the White House. And that's the unfortunate conversation. She could not go into the White House wearing braids because some people, just like they asked you, well, what is that? What does that mean? And you know, I'm working on my next book and I talk about hair. And sometimes braids can mean resistance. You know, braids start back in slavery. You could put
Mats and food.
yes,
Yeah.
mats and seeds and things of that nature. But she wanted to wear it for comfort because there are days sometimes we don't want to go do all of that. Yes, and your hair looks amazing.
Practical.
And it's easy, but it also can cause some strain on your hair, but it's an easy style. And people don't understand. See, and the problem is in this culture, I believe, as a human being, not just a journalist, but Black people, Latino people, all of the others that this administration considers, we have to learn how to assimilate and learn the culture and what is appropriate. But when it comes to us,
No one has to learn it.
no one has to learn it.
This is why I keep my hair like this.
April Ryan
It looks
taking
good.
us to church a little early this weekend. 8 p.m. on Thursday.
I'm
so
Live
excited.
Here, special, very
Can I hide
exciting.
in your suitcase?
Look, I know. The man has
in my
been working,
suitcase?
honey. He is ready. There's a lot of
We've
us in
already
the
pitched
suitcase.
ourselves.
Oh, you already pitched, okay.
He don't
Sorry.
want our help.
Get in line.
But do you have the
There you go.
workbooks? Do you
He
have
gonna
the
get the
workbooks?
workbooks. He gonna get the workbooks
I should have brought my workbook for you.
to help him out. But we will all be watching. No better person to do that.
Congratulations.